Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We are now into the middle of October, approaching Halloween season. I decided to not use the Weichert slide this time. I used pictures of the jack-o'-lanterns that we carved this week. Hopefully you guys are getting excited about Halloween in whatever limited version that you can do, but it's starting to really feel like fall. So couple birthdays coming up. Ariel's is today. Nancy's is this weekend. Jennifer's also. We've got Olivia. Happy birthday, Olivia, on the 23rd. I'm on the 24th, and Leslie's on the 30th. So we've got a number of couple Libras left, and then a couple Scorpios as well. So happy birthday to everyone who's having a birthday this month. Again, just as a reminder, I kind of pitch this every week. Some of you have been really great of giving me names, but we've got two things this week. So number one, some of our agents need help, and they are looking for a full-time agent, and that means that you're available basically 9 to 5 every day, or after work and stuff like that. And if you are a full-time agent and want to help someone with some rental properties that they have, please let me know by texting me. I'm one of the agents is looking for someone to help show properties. They have a number of them. I'm also trying to hire someone to help them out as well. So if you know of anyone who's interested in joining the team, please let me know. We need some agents, especially in Manhattan now, Brooklyn, and Long Island. So those are the kind of the three areas. Again, Queens, we can definitely have people as well, but Bronx, kind of wherever it is, but especially in Manhattan right now. So especially on the west side. So if you know of anyone, or if you're open to helping one of the agents out, let me know by text. Again, please text me. So does anyone have any good news? And again, I'm going to start. Congratulations to Leslie and her partner, Jennifer. They were actually married this past Saturday in Central Park, very small wedding. So congratulations to Leslie, and they're going to be taking a little trip this weekend. So just wanted to say, and special congratulations to Leslie. Anyone else have anything they'd like to announce in terms of kind of personal stuff or anything kind of good happening? Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So again, I like these quotes. I think they're interesting things to think about. This one's by Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And again, you know, we all have things that happen in our lives, be it personal, be it you know, work related setbacks. You know, I always tell, especially the new agents, in order to survive in real estate, you need to have a really thick skin, right? Because we do a lot of things and we do a lot and we take people out and it doesn't work out all the time. And sometimes that can be demoralizing, right? It makes us not want to kind of continue on with it. But really, it's about getting over these events, kind of using them as a learning experience for yourself and being able to continue to work. That really helps you to succeed in this business. And again, I talk about it all the time. You know, Suzanne was the one who kind of taught me when I first started in this business a long time ago now. And her thing was, you know, you got to keep getting up. You got to keep getting up. You know, you got to get back out there. It's all about that. And so, you know, don't let the setbacks that we do have along the way, you know, a client not buying with you, maybe, you know, a rental application not being accepted and things like that. Don't let that get in the way, right? That's part of the business. And it's part of the reason that when we do a rental, when we do a sale, we get paid a lot of money. And a lot of that is because of, again, it's the numbers. So, you know, we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but what do you guys see going on with the market right now? What are you seeing out there if you're out with clients? What do you see going on with, you know, people that you're taking out with inventory? Would anyone like to kind of comment on what they're seeing with whatever market they're kind of currently working in? And I'm happy to call on people. Suze, do you want to kick us off and let us know? I know you've been working with a couple listings and a couple clients right now. Would you mind unmuting yourself? Suze? I don't know if she can hear me. Let's see. Who else has been actively out with people? Ellen, do you wanna say anything?
Well, what I can say is it appears that people are moving back to New York, and I think there was probably an article not too long ago about that. Um, Partially because the rental prices are going down so much that people and the press is picking up on it.
Yeah.
So, so I think I told you I got a call from someone I haven't talked to in 10 years who thinking of moving back to New York. She's going to rent. She's not going to buy, which when I worked with her before, she was buying, but still, I think that people are moving back. That's what I'm seeing.
That's exactly what I think it is. And I think, again, for anyone who's kind of working in the rental sphere, and again, a lot of us are what we call hybrid agents, where we're working with, buyers and sellers as well as with renters. People who are working in there, what you're seeing is that a lot of these buildings, especially the larger buildings, are, what they're paying an OP. And I get these e-blasts every morning from all these management companies. If you're working with renters, you should make sure to sign up for as many as you can. But some of the larger management companies are now paying 1.5 to 2 months. Again, one of our agents, Kendall, actually just did a rental where the building is paying her 2-month OP, right? And I think the tenant's also getting 2 months. So there's a lot of free rent going on, and the rental prices, again, this building that she did the rental in, it was, I think on average about $3,000 for a 1-bedroom. And with the incentives, you're down to like $2,200 a month for a 1-bedroom in a full service building in the heart of Murray Hill. So there are great opportunities out there for people working in that field. Donald, would you like to say something?
Yeah, it was kind of continuation of what you said. From my experience and when I've been out on the field, there's a lot of concessions, and they're very creative with the things that they're offering. For example, there's buildings that's given 6 months of free laundry or some other parking, but they're getting very competitive out there, and it's a lot of availability in a lot of the places that I've seen so far. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing for tenants. And again, I would say in this market, if I had the choice to work with a landlord or a seller, or to work with a buyer and a tenant, I would go 100% working with a buyer, because there are options out there, and 100% working with a consumer, a tenant, because there are so many options out there and things like that. Does anyone else want to mention anything about what they're seeing with the market, with kind of people they're taking out or anything like that? Christine, would you mind mentioning kind of what's going on with your rental and how people have been who are coming there in Murray Hill? Maybe. No? Okay. How about you, Will? Do you wanna talk about what's going on in kind of Long Island and the Hamptons, what you're seeing there?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, we are in a totally different kind of situation than what everyone's saying about Manhattan. I'm working with a few buyers out here, and there's a ton of demand right now, and everything's going for at ask or over, and there are bidding wars, and kind of the opposite of what you just said. I'd rather be working with a seller out here right now, quite frankly, because you can just throw a listing up there and you get a bunch of bids and offers overnight, seemingly. So from the buying side, it's been a bit of a struggle just to, I guess, set client expectations and let them know that if you're really interested in a property, you're going to have to come with a very strong offer in a very short period of time. Otherwise, you're probably going to lose the property. So yeah, I would say my takeaway is really just informing my clients of what to expect in this pretty strange market out here.
Yeah, and that's great. And again, I think one of the nice things is that even across and again, Will's working a little further out east in Long Island and the Hamptons, but as well as in New York. But there are different markets, right? Even within the New York metro area, there are different markets, and for certain properties, there are still bidding wars going on, right? In New York City, in Manhattan, there are still bidding wars happening, and there are still places going for at and above the asking price. And so I think one of the most important things, kind of like what Will said, was when you're talking to a buyer, when you're working with a tenant and things like that, set expectations, right? Make sure that they know, what is going on based on your experience, based on, the market, based on kind of everything that's happening around them and around you. Because if they have an expectation going into it, then they're not as likely to get mad at you if something doesn't go their way, right? And again, I'll use the example of one of Will's clients that we've been talking with. The client keeps putting in under market prices, right? Under ask prices for houses in the Hamptons and keeps losing. And they're like, why are we losing? And it's, well, because you're not stepping up to the plate and you're not doing what the market is requiring. The same thing, there are certain people who've come to listings, here in the city who bid way lower. And again, Eunice and Michelle can talk about the fact that, they had multiple offers on a property and someone got mad at them because they said, well, why didn't I win? It was a direct client. And they said, because we told you we had multiple offers and it was probably going for at or above the asking price, and it went for above the asking price in Brooklyn, right? So these things are happening still within our markets. And so just really having a good sense of what's happening. And you can do that by, talking to other agents in the offices, talking to other listing agents, seeing, hey, do you have offers yet, right? It's one of the best questions to ask. And sometimes we don't before we show something. Do you have any offers yet? Because sometimes people are already working with offers. So, again, there are multiple markets going on. There are multiple different kind of segments of the market. And so make sure that you're up to date with whatever market you're working with, and that you're able to take advantage of the market. So, oops, keep going. Okay. So starting next week, and again, I mentioned this in one of the emails, we're going to be doing our 2021 one-on-one goals to kind of start doing things. These can be in person, either in Soho or Midtown. One-on-one, again, will be socially distant. It's not a problem to do that in the offices. Or we can do it over Zoom. I'd like to set up an hour with everyone, basically, so we have enough time to kind of go over things. And before we meet, I need you to have completed the business planning tool. And again, for those of you who have not done it, it's about 24 questions. You can get to it by logging into Weichert One and going to Weichert University. And right here, what used to be the 2020 business planning tool is now the 2021 business planning tool, right? Click go, you build your business plan. And again, it's going to ask you questions about, average commission checks and things like that. If you don't know, just send me a text. I can help answer it for you. Basically, the average rental commission check is in the $3,000 range, and the average sale one is in the $8,000 range. So just to let you know kind of what those numbers look like. And what this is going to do is allow us to help extrapolate what you have to do on, a quarterly, a monthly, a weekly, and even a daily basis to get to whatever goal you have to make a certain amount of money. And again, we're all in this because A, hopefully we like real estate and people, but B, we want to make money, right? That's why we do this. I always tell people, because of errors and omissions that you're paying for, and because of revenue dues, which again are going to be due in January, it's about $1,100 a year that you're paying to keep your real estate license. So, $1,000 to $1,100 a year. That's just off the bat, plus continuing ed, plus all these other things. So if you don't see yourself doing real estate, it's not worth keeping your license. And I'm saying that nicely, right? It's not that I don't want you here. It's just, it's not worth it. And so we can do one rental and get you to pay for that whole year's worth of expenses and hopefully make some money, or do one sale. So let me know what we can do. Again, I want to make sure that you guys have all completed this business planning tool. I'm going to send out an email with times for next week. Basically, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll be doing one-on-one meetings. Monday and Tuesday I can do it here in Soho. Wednesday will be in Midtown, and then Friday will be over Zoom. But again, if you just want to do over Zoom on any of those days, that's not a problem as well. So again, I'll send out a schedule so you guys can sign up for time slots. So potentially most importantly, and again, this is going to have an impact on some of the agents here. The governor has started basically a coronavirus outbreak map. And this is showing areas where there are higher propensities and higher concentrations of coronavirus being spread. We are basically, we are going to be regressing in certain areas, the activities that we can perform as real estate agents, right? And so again, this is not affecting anywhere in Manhattan yet, but it could. And again, this is going to be a constantly changing thing. It's mostly parts of Brooklyn, and some parts of Queens, which again are a little bit further out, but many of you might kind of work in these areas, and again here in Queens as well. So what you need to know is that it went into effect restricting in-person brokerage activities in designated red zones. This basically takes us back to the time where in certain areas we cannot show properties, right? We cannot go, we cannot open the door and things like that like we are able to now. So there's a link to this, and there's a COVID-19 zone finder. Again, you guys are all REBNY members. You all receive this from REBNY. If you didn't get it from REBNY, check your email because they sent this all out. I will forward it out again, as well as the guidelines and things like that. This is for everyone's protection, for your safety and things like that. And if you are found to be showing in the red zones and you're reported and you're found guilty, the fines are $1,000 plus the suspension of your license for a period of time. And if it continues to happen, they might revoke your license. So again, please check the map if you're showing in Brooklyn and Queens. As it changes, again, this is going to be a kind of day-to-day thing. There's a zone finder, but again, primarily right now it's in parts of South Brooklyn and parts of Queens, a little further east again than most of the areas where many of us work. So any questions about that?
Jason, my listing, my office listing is in a red zone. So it actually gives me a chance to do more marketing. But yeah, it is an area, so.
Yeah. So, and again, you can check the exact addresses on the website. And again, I think you have the link, Ellen, right?
I'm very much aware of what's going on.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. So again, just a reminder, today, 12 o'clock after this meeting, 1 o'clock, we have the prospecting and accountability groups. Again, a couple of you are part of these. Please come, sign in, make sure you have the assignments done. Again, this is really a 20 to 30 minute check-in to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do to be productive in this business. And again, if you're finding yourself in a position where you don't have clients, you don't have business, you have nothing that you're working on, let's change that, right? And the easiest way to change it is by doing these company-wide call sessions. We are calling old Weichert.com leads or Weichert Rental Network leads. Again, Tuesdays from 4 to 5:30, today from 6 to 7:30, Thursday from 10:30 to 12:30. I do the Tuesday and Thursday ones. Again, Doug is on there and things like that, doing calls as well. And again, yesterday for an hour and a half, I made 14 calls and reactivated 2 buyers and gave them out to people in the office. So it's simple, right? All you got to do is talk to people, and you're talking to people who at one point in the past were looking for something, and they might still be. And it's a great way to call people because we can't do cold calling. This is warm calling, we would call it. So just a reminder, Weichert Property Management is doing their Fall Fun Fest. Again, if you help them to get a signed property management agreement, you get $200 per door paid to you, and you can also be a part of a raffle for a $250 Amazon gift card. What that means is if it's a condo, 1 door, again, door means apartment. If it's an 8 family, you get a lot more money. So it's a great way to make some extra money on the side. With that, I'm going to pass it along to Jamie.
Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm still here in my basement. So as I report every month, I'm here. I did actually go to one office for an outdoor meeting a couple of weeks ago. So that was the first kind of thing that I had finally gotten to do outside of my basement in a while. So I guess it was good to get out. But for these offices here, I have my my market share came in for year to date through September, and thank you to everyone. I mean, we're at 46.7% in both offices right now, which is like really phenomenal. So thank you for sending your clients my way. I really do appreciate it. The earliest that I can get in touch with them, the better. If you can let your clients know that I'm here to help them, and if you can get me their phone numbers, the earlier that I can get in touch with, and even more so for your rentals that you're doing, because unfortunately by the time I get your rentals, a lot of times they've already taken care of it. So as soon as you know that you have a rental, if you can shoot me an email or a text or something with their name and phone number, I might have a chance at helping them out. It's just the earlier in the process for me, the better. Because like I said, a lot of times with the rentals, by the time I get in touch with somebody, they're like, oh yeah, I already took care of it. And they're not going to switch for like $5, rentals aren't that expensive. So it becomes just a little more difficult. So the earlier, the better is the moral of that story, I guess. But thank you all so much for, like I said, our market share is phenomenal. Free money is still on the table. Please, if you haven't yet, let me take a look at your own personal insurance, rental, home, auto, whatever you have. Let me take a look at it. Give me 10 minutes of your time, gather some information. Free $50 gift card will be coming your way just for letting me do it. No obligation. I helped a bunch of people. I actually just helped Leslie and her now wife with their auto. That they just did. So thank you to them. I know they're not on. Leslie's not on, but anything that that I can do to help you, I'm here for. In fact, I have their gift card claim number waiting for them. I just need to get them back, but I think they're busy right now. So, so like I said, I'm here for you. I'm here for your clients. Thank you so much for, like I said, our market share is phenomenal right now, and let's keep it rolling. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jamie. And Doug, I'll give it over to you to talk about kind of rates. I don't have the slides today. Unfortunately, I couldn't get them in. So
That's fine. That's fine. Just give you a quick update on rates. Rates are still very, very good. We're just slightly above the lowest we've ever been in history. So that says something. We did see a slight, nothing significant, but a slight pulling upward from last week to this week. 1 week to another doesn't necessarily mean so much, but if it happens a couple weeks in a row, it could become a trend. But the Freddie Mac average for everything they do nationally is still below 3%. We're about 2.88 with paying a fraction of a point. So, I've been doing this a long time. I never thought we'd see money below 3 for fixed 30-year fixed money. And that's what we're looking at. So that's the basic story with that. I've advised some clients, not to play the market so much. If you feel you can close within the lock period, it's probably a good idea to lock rather than to keep floating, because I don't know how much lower it can go. Traditionally, the rates tend to be slow to go down and fast to go up, and it's been such an unusual year. I mean, anything could happen, I guess. But the good news is they're still very, very good. And if you have anybody, that you're working with, a buyer, who needs to be pre-approved, or just a conversation, please remember to mention me to them. I'm happy to help them. Just like Jamie said, the earlier I get in touch with them, the better. And again, it's not any kind of hard sales pitch or anything like that. It's just a conversation. And, a lot of customers like the all under one roof concept. It takes something off of their plate, frees up their time. So just something to keep in mind. If you could, just please, remember to introduce me. And if you need anything from me, which could be, an open house flyer, even if it, something you can take a picture of and post virtually, just let me know. And I'm happy to do that. We can have, add property pictures and your picture on there. And, it's just, it's a nice presentation. So if you need anything from me, just please keep me in mind. That's it.
awesome. Thanks so much,
Thank
Doug.
you.
And Annabelle, do you want to talk about MTS stuff?
Good morning, guys. Not much has been introduced that is new, but I do want to let you guys know I'm still here for you guys if you do need help with any marketing materials, whether it be postcards, whether it be electronic stuff, or even if it's going to be setting up your social media. I had the discussion with Jason yesterday. I just started in-class training over in Hoboken, so I'm hoping to bring it over to New York as well. By looking at the schedule, I may dedicate either Wednesday or Thursdays to the Midtown office, so I'll always be there in present. So if anything, I may start trainings of groups of 3, so small group sessions. At least this way I'm able to cater to the things that you guys need and can teach at the speed or the pace that you guys need me to as well. So that's, like I said, in anything in terms of social media, anything in terms of KV Core, or anything in terms of marketing materials as well. All right. So if anybody wants, my cell phone number is there, and also my email is there as well.
And just as an update, because I know a couple of you on the call are a part of this, you know, some of us have a second license so that we're members of LIBOR and OneKey. Annabelle's been doing a great job kind of interacting with MyWiker and KV Core in order to get everything set up. So we're hoping by end of this week, beginning of next week, we'll have more of a resolution on that. So apologies for the delay. And for those of you who are applying for your second license, again, I apologize for the delay. Licensing has gotten back to me saying that the Department of State, which used to take about 14 days in order to process these licenses, is actually taking between 30 and 45 business days to do it. So there is a little bit of a delay. We are working on getting it expedited, and licensing is following up with everyone. So Annabelle, they were asking, sorry, Christine asked if you could do the Zoom for the meetings at the Midtown office for the classes. Is that something we might be able to do for anyone who can't make it in person?
I can do them. I can do as recordings as well.
Okay.
I just thought it would be much easier in order to teach in person, because especially from the feedback from the ones that I've already done it with, they did prefer doing it in person, because considering it was so complex.
Okay. Thank you. So we'll figure out a way to get it to you, Christine. So I've got a bunch of congratulations today, which is great. Again, we had a really productive week, and I'm nothing burned down while I was gone, so that's always good. So congratulations to Will for his new listing at 19 Lawrence Road in Westchester. Stephanie did a rental at 232 East 12th Street, apartment 2D, and she's got a couple more left there. Voss got a great new listing. It's a really actually well-priced 2-bedroom co-op. I think it's a 1.295 at 401 East 65th Street, apartment 7A. Really nice, great photos were done for that. Christine F., congratulations. She has a number of new rental listings and rentals and some other stuff, which I don't like announcing until it's in contract, but she's got other stuff going on. So I'll let her potentially announce whatever she wants to at our open session at the end. Zach has a bunch of rental listings and did some rentals and has his first offer accepted for his first sale. He's been doing this for a number of years, and congratulations on that accepted offer. Leslie again had a rental at West 93rd Street and a closing at 52 Convent. And Jacob is a dual agent between the corporate headquarters and here. He actually just got the exclusive on a 24-unit rental building on West 36th Street, so kind of right near the kind of the High Line. And yeah, I think there's gonna be 3 or 4 units available, and he might be needing some help with that. So just a great thing to talk to him about. Julian Kelly did a rental at 99 John Street, so congratulations on that. And I think that's it for me. Does anyone either have a new listing they want to talk about, a listing they want to talk about, have a client that they cannot find something on the market for and need to know if anyone has anything they know of either off market or anything like that? Feel free to unmute yourself, and we'll give you some time for that now.
Hi, Jason, this is Julie. Yeah, I have a client who is looking for 2 bedrooms, 2 baths in good areas in Manhattan. She will down pay like 50%. So she needs 50% of finance. I will talk to Douglas. Douglas, I'm gonna call you later about the finance on that 50%. Should be a good chance to get the mortgage on that. I think she's willing to, it depends, go up to 1.4 million. She's looking for condo, not a co-op. Like a Midtown, downtown, east side, and a downtown west side, and like a Village, or those areas she wanted. The location is more important than views in the building. So that if anyone has those listings, let me know.
Awesome, thanks, Julie.
Welcome.
Anyone else have like a difficult client they're working with or something that they want to talk about? Ellen, do you want to mention your commercial space, which you can't show right now?
Sure. It's a fabulous office space, quite large. It's about 1,200 square feet. It's in a co-op in southern Brooklyn, 2 blocks from the BQ trains and on Kings Highway. It's a very active area. It was a dental office and all of the piping is still in there, but it could be a lawyer's office. It could be any kind of professional office. It's a co-op. With maintenance of 1,100 or 1,187, and they're asking 425, but we'll take less.
Awesome. Sounds like a good deal. Let's see. I don't know who else is on here. Who has something? Anyone else have any listings they want to mention? I'm getting a new 1-bedroom in Carroll Gardens, 64 4th Place, really close to the subway. It's about 3 blocks, really quiet building. It's a smallish, like 650 square feet, 1-bedroom with a huge private backyard. And I think we're going to price it around 2,900 or so. So that should be coming up very shortly. I also got one of my good friends moved to the Hamptons, and so we're trying to sublet her place, furnished. It is a Eunice and I are working on it. It's $6,000 a month for a 2-bedroom. Both the bedrooms can fit like 4 king-size beds. They're huge. 2-bath with a 500 square foot private terrace, 1 flight up in a townhouse in Murray Hill. It's a beautiful building. $6,000 a month. And they'll include utilities in that price. So feel free to reach out about that. That's 142 East 37th Street. Okay, with that, thank you guys so much. I am going to stop the recording.